5 high schools because I didn't play well with others. I was a lot of trouble all the time. And somebody told me, it doesn't matter where you start, it matters where you end. And I was so blessed to have people around me that cared about me, like these people care about you, like I care about you. And it's like, with that, it's like nothing can stop you. Nothing. I had a counselor tell me, but you'll see God on your side, nobody can hurt you, and it's so true. And I came out of prison in 1969, and basically I had no skills whatsoever. I started mowing lawns just to work, and then I became a drug counselor. From being a drug counselor, I've been working for the same program for almost 40 years. And I don't use drugs, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I love being alive. I love seeing smiling faces. I love seeing happy people. I love seeing people get ahead. You know, I always say, especially teachers, there's a special place in heaven for teachers, because they take care of my kids for 8 hours a day. You know, I mean, 8 hours a day, they take care of my kids. So, I love, I'm also an actor, and I've done a lot of movies, and I've been all over the world, and it's so funny. I'll tell you a little story. I had a teacher named Mrs. Finley in the 4th grade, and I hated her. She was crazy about like the Amazon River. Now, I used to say, well, tell us about the Pacoima Wash. Who cares about the Amazon? You know, because being a young Hispanic kid growing up, you don't think about South America, you don't think about Europe, you don't think about Germany. You're just your barrio, that's it. Here's where I am, here's where I stay. I'd never been out of the neighborhood. And in fact, the only time I ever got out of the neighborhood was when I went to juvenile hall and youth authority in prison. You know, and so, but she would always talk about the Amazon River, the Amazon this and the Amazon. I would, who cares? Nobody cares. I don't care. And in fact, I'll never forget, we had. That's Mrs. Finley. I'm telling you. we had a jar of dead fish in our room. There was a jar. Oh, these are. She always said, "Oh, these are piranha. They're deadly. They're dead. They can't bite." And so, but we had all these little things from the Amazon River. Cut to 40 years later, I was doing a movie called Anaconda. I was with Ice Cube and J-Lo and Eric Stoltz, and I was on the damn Amazon River. And all the people are asking questions. They would say, hey, how come those houses are on stilts? And I would say, oh, that's due to the rise in. How do I know that? You taught me stuff I didn't want to know. I knew all about the Amazon River. And I remember Ice Cube, who, I don't know if you know who he is, but he was pretty cool. You know, he says, Danny, how do you know all that stuff about the Amazon? I thought you were a gangster, because gangsters don't know that stuff. And Mrs. Finley would always pull my sideburns like this and say, you'll never amount to anything if you don't get a high school diploma. Always, leave me alone. And when Ice Cube said that, I knew he was like pretty cool, so I couldn't say, well, my 4th grade teacher, Mrs. Finley, told me, you can't say that to Ice Cube. So I lied. I said, you know what? When I was in La Pinta, I read a lie. And when I told that lie, I swear to God, I felt my sideburn. So it doesn't, I'm just telling you, it doesn't matter where you start, it's where you end. I turned, 4 years ago, I turned 70 years old. 5 years ago, I turned 70 years old. And let me tell you something. Somebody made a joke about me starting a restaurant. Hey, start a restaurant, Daddy, blah, blah, blah. I like food, I like good food. So I said, Trejo's Tacos. And so we started a little restaurant over on La Brea. And it's Trejo's Tacos. And right now, we got 2 Trejo's Tacos and 6 Trejo's Cantina and 1 Trejo's Donut Shop. So that's all just because, you know what? Because just don't stop. Don't let anybody tell you you can't make, nobody. Just because you are only as limited, that's it. That's all you're only as limited as your mind. As your mind. I spoke in front of a whole lot of kids, young ladies that were studying to be nurses' assistants. They were studying to be nurses' assistants. And I made the comment, look, why don't you just do a few more years and be a nurse? That way you won't be an assistant. You know what, there's about 4 girls that have contacted me and said, you know what, thank you, Dad. I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think I could. See, because a lot of us are taught to think we can't do it. That's the way we're taught. Oh, no, I'm sorry, you're guilty, you can't. That we are, that's what, I mean, I got called stupid and dumb and idiot and so long, I spoke nothing but Spanish till like the 6th grade, and then they told me I couldn't. And you get in trouble in school. If you spoke Spanish, you get in trouble. I said, but see, let me tell you what that does. That automatically makes you breaking the rules. You're breaking the rules. So you get used to that. I stopped speaking Spanish. You know when I learned to speak Spanish again? In juvenile hall. We would speak Spanish so the guards wouldn't know what we were saying. And it's like, wow, man. We were taught how to break rules. Teach us until you can't speak Spanish. Your gun is the one language. What are you talking about? So you talk about, and that's kind of like what you go. You're not supposed to say that. Under the wing, you know. And but really, it's like, so I had to learn how to stop breaking. I don't break no rule, none. I don't even jump in line. I don't do nothing. Wait, my turn. If you are around, I don't know where you live. I don't know where, but if you're around, I have a restaurant over in where you live? Yeah, right down the street. And it's called Trejo's Cantina. I'm there a lot. And I have another one in Hollywood. I'm there a lot. Somebody asked for me to call me. You know what I mean? But I love doing this. And I honestly believe, bottom of my heart, the way Diosito wants us to live is by helping each other. That's the way he wants us to live. You see people with smiles on their face. You see people that look happy, that seem to be doing good, well, and it's like because they're givers. They're givers. Teachers are probably the #1 giver. You always see them, it's like trying to help. That's what it is. That's the way the people wants us to live. So the more you do for that person sitting next to you, the more you do for that neighbor, the more you do, the better your life gets. Thank you very much.
For someone like him to come every time that I'm always hounding Michael all the time, to take time to come talk to you, to come to all the things that I've bothered you for, and so he never says no. He's so out there in the community. I was watching the Anthony Bourdain when he came to, and it's like, there is no better person than you. I want to thank you for coming. Thank you for